I am Journey. I am 13 and I go to Kauai. We have the right to know what they're spraying in the fields, and first of all, they should have told us a long time ago what they're spraying in the fields. And it's kind of strange that we have to force them to tell us.
And what do you think about buffer zones?
I think they're the right thing to do, because when they do spray the pesticides, the wind can blow them into schools, houses, and hospitals. We should, because there might be too many chemicals in the soil and it could ruin the crops. Be like one of those last stand type things. Like ruined the last seeds on Kauai. We should do a study, because the bees are dying, and if the bees die, the crops won't get pollinated and they won't grow. And if the crops don't grow, then there won't be any food. We'll all starve and die.
Do you think it's a good idea for Kauai to pass this bill, or do you think we should let Honolulu and the state take care of this for us?
I think we should take care of the bill, because it's our responsibility, and if the state tries to take care of it, they probably won't, because they haven't done it in the past.
And how do you feel about the large amounts of pesticides that are being sprayed on Kauai?
When you spray that much pesticides in the ground, if you spray any pesticides in the ground, they'll stay there for hundreds of years and they'll never go. And the soil won't be able to grow anything else. And again, if the soil isn't compatible with plants, they won't grow and will starve and die.
How do you feel about what's happening to the bees?
Again, if the bees are dying, the plants will get pollinated and will starve. And already half the population of all the bees on the earth have died.
So what do you worry could possibly happen here on Kauai if they just keep spraying all these pesticides?
Kauai will become a wasteland, nothing will grow again, and the soil wouldn't be able to grow anything else. It would be like clay. And we already have soil like that in Anahola and Waimea from when the plantations came. At my school, we're actually trying to grow crops there. It's really, really hard because it's in Anahola and we have red dirt. And when you try to water a plant there, the water just sits on the top and doesn't soak in any water at all. And so it's a very, very harsh environment over there. And plants over there can only the type of, if there are going to be plants growing over there, they're going to have to deal with the hot sun, powerful winds coming by, and the red dirt.
And what from the plantation days is making it hard to grow crops in Anahola? What did they do to the soil?
They destroyed it. It's impossible to grow things now because the soil is just so compact, and the only thing we know what to do with it is to sell it and make red dirt shirts. The island won't be able to grow anything. The jungle that we have here on Kauai, it'll be gone, and basically we'll have a dead island. No, everybody would leave. It would be like a dead island. Nothing will be able to grow.
Can you describe for me what it would look like on Kauai if we don't pass Bill 2491 and it's like 100 years in the future? What could happen to Kauai and the ocean and the reef and the rivers and the people?
Everybody would probably be gone. All the plants over here would probably be gone and dead. There'd probably be nothing but destroyed soil. Well, over there in Waimea, it's already been starting to look like the wasteland. The dirt is already becoming clay and being destroyed. And if you go out there, pretty much everywhere you look, there's going to be a GMO test field full of corn. Personally, I would not eat that, because I've heard recently that they've been putting human genes in the corn. And so if you think about it, technically, if you eat that corn, it's cannibalism. Well, I feel sorry for them, because they're getting sick from these people spraying all the pesticides, making money off of it.
Can you tell me, what do you think's happening? How do you think they're getting sick?
The pesticides. Because when they spray, the wind carries it into like the homes and schools and hospitals, and then people get sick. If they continue to spray on Kauai, then the soil wouldn't be compatible with any of the plants, except maybe the plants that can endure that environment, like tea leaf. Or that's pretty much all I can think of. And so if we keep spraying, all the plants are going to be gone, and it's just going to be a wasteland full of red dirt clay. It's all going to be contaminated. The fish are going to go away. There's going to be no more fishing. The reefs are going to be destroyed. Tons of fish will die. And if the pesticides end up in the water supply because the wind carries it somehow from the test fields, because we only have a couple water supplies on the island. If they end up in one of the water supplies, then we're going to be out of water and we're all going to get sick. We have indigenous animals and plants on the island, and if we keep spraying, they're not going to be here. And we have plants and animals you can only find on Kauai, and some of them are already gone. There's been a couple species that have already been wiped out. And so if this continues, then, well, there's going to be no more plants or animals. They're all going to be dead. If we continue to spray, the bees, they're going to end up on the crops, then they're going to ingest it, and then they're going to die. And then like all the crops that are growing on Kauai, they're not going to get pollinated, and then they won't grow, and there's going to be a food shortage. Probably going to starve and die. I remember a famous quote from Einstein where it was something like, if the bees are dying, within 4 years, we will all die.
Okay. If you could say anything to the GMO companies, the big chemical companies, if you can look in the camera and tell these companies how you feel about them being on Kauai, what is your message to them?
Stop it! You're killing us! God. Aloha, my name is Jeremy. I am 13 years old and I want to testify on behalf of the Keiki of Kauai in support of Bill 2491. No one has asked the kids what we think, and it's about time you heard from us. That's why I'm here. I'm in support of Bill 2491 because this bill is really for the kids. The safety of Kauai and keeping us safe. Most people think the kids don't really know what is going on, or that we don't understand issues like this, or we listen to everything adults say and do. We know when you are being dishonest or lying to us, or doing something good for the land or not good. We kids are taught by our parents not to throw trash on the ground, so we respect the Aina and take care of the rivers and ocean. So when we see and read about the poisons and pesticides being sprayed all over our island, we know that adults are not walking your talk. You are being dishonest with us. I think the right word is hypocritical. When someone says, we love Kauai, but argues against buffer zones and sprays poison by schools, hospitals and houses making people sick, that we feel in our hearts like those adults are lying to us, being hypocritical because poisoning our water, land, and people for money is not love, it's greed. We look up to you guys as adults to show us what being honorable is, what being truthful is, and to show us what Malama Aina is. I'm here to speak for all the kids of Kauai, so let me start by speaking for the kids on the west side. I'm going to say some things that most kids are afraid to say. We deserve to live. We deserve to be healthy, to have clean air, water, and food to eat. We deserve to drink water from the drinking fountain at school without pesticides like atrazine in it. We deserve to be able to breathe and not get asthma and cancer from pesticide drift. We deserve to be born without birth defects and learning disabilities from toxic pesticide exposure in mom's womb. We deserve to be able to run barefoot in the grass and swim in the ocean without getting rashes or sick from pesticides. We deserve to have parents and grandparents that are healthy and with us a long time, and to not get sick from GMO test fields. We deserve to grow up and have kids of our own, and not to be infertile from atrazine and other pesticide effects. We deserve to be protected. Most of all, we deserve to inherit an island that is safe to live on, a place where our kids and grandkids can be born healthy and to grow in the future. Some of our parents work in big ag, and we love our parents, but we also know deep inside our hearts when something is wrong. And something is very wrong here. Things are not pono. You should be able to love us enough and to not take the easy way out. Don't be a coward. Be brave.